Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Boy, 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 the GWOP's destruction. Tearing down any and everything in her way. Infrastructure, people, animals, children. She just doesn't give a damn, does she? Let's lead into this the right way.
Claressa got ugly girl syndrome. She got ugly girl syndrome. And hear me out, but she got ugly girl syndrome. And we all seen it. We all see it. And no tea to nobody. No tea to nobody. But this is just what I call it. I call it ugly girl syndrome. Because, okay, this is what I used to have. And I don't think I'm ugly. But I noticed a long time ago, ugly girls and fat girls treat a relationship different. They will cook, clean, do everything. Wash, They do all of the things. They treat the guy like a king because I can't do any better. And I'm lucky that you even came over here. We see it time and time again where the guy thinks he is the prize and you lucky I'm talking to you. She has ugly girl syndrome. What happens in ugly girl syndrome when the girl thinks that, oh my God, I'm so ugly, or I have not, she's built, we're watching her building her, we are watching her build her confidence. But the problem is she's building it in response to a man. She's not building it in response to women. So it's allowing her to become male-centered, but male-centered in a way that she probably has never, ever really been able to come. We see this happen, and it does not, dark girls who are not traditionally, well-kept and who got the moms who make sure they're in the best outfits, their hair done, all of those things, they are hated upon in the world.
No, I have I whoop your ass syndrome. I have I beat a bitch up, I beat a nigga up syndrome. I have I love my man syndrome. I have I wear what the fuck I want to wear even though y'all say that I can't dress syndrome. Like, what make you, like, how could you say that I have ugly syndrome? I have ugly girl syndrome. What are you talking about? I have get money syndrome. I don't bother nobody syndrome. Like, how can you say that I have some type of syndrome that you're talking about when I don't bother nobody, I wear what I want, I make my own money, I'm successful, I mind my fucking business, and y'all steady come bothering me, but I'm the one that got, no. I beat your ass syndrome, I whoop a bitch, I whoop a nigga, I love my man syndrome, because it's whatever Papoose says goes, yeah, right? I have that syndrome. I don't fucking, how can I have when you say ugly girl syndrome, know that that's somebody who's a hater. Somebody who's constantly attacking people. Somebody who is making up things about people. Somebody who's not bothering them. They come go and bother them. That is what ugly girl syndrome is. Also, ugly girl syndrome is calling a girl that's pretty ugly. So a lot of y'all have that. Because I know damn well that I'm not ugly, but the amount of times that I see it, y'all keep saying it to me because y'all want me to believe it.
Claressa.
Now, what you call that is, don't take it to the stupid syndrome. Now, Claressa Shields, listen. I'm going to sit here and chit-chat for a little bit. But I'm going to tell you this. She has become known as inhumane and callous to most people. She seems to be angry with herself, civilians, boxers, kids, the damn whole world. Going out her way. Trying to destroy Laila Ali. We all know the story there. Calling the woman out, calling the woman names, using her father's name irresponsibly to try to trigger Laila Ali into a fight. Fast forwarding all the way to today, she still mentions her name, still disrespects Laila. Favorite thing to call her now is an old witch. Now, a lot of opportunities have evaded Claressa Shields. And I know this right here for a fact. Many of those opportunities have a lot to do with her disrespecting the Ali family. Now, this thing about Claressa, her trying to take down Laila Ali. Claressa is like the big bad wolf. I will huff, I will puff with my white tongue, and I will try to blow your house down. But Laila Ali has proven to be a brick house. And Claressa couldn't take it down. What happened is, Claressa took herself down. I mean, what did she and her fans think, the Gwodies, was going to happen when you go out there trying to go against Laila Ali and Muhammad Ali and the Ali last name? You end up destroying yourself. But she's trying to tell that. She tried and she's still trying. Because she must have this ugly girl syndrome. She got something, I call it don't take it to the stupid syndrome. Because she picked beef with Laila to try to fight her. And we all know the story. Thinking she was going to get some kind of credit. It wasn't ever going to happen, man. Laila's been retired for how long? But then you come and look at her and the whole thing, I think it was a BET Awards or something. Claressa Shields disrespecting Angel Reese. Now, the crazy thing about that, I had somebody send me something, man, that I thought was very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to read it to you. It says, when you watch this, you'll see why Claressa is treated so harshly. It's something somebody sent me. Why she's blocked from many things. Claressa was supposed to get the BET Athlete of the Year, but she showed up with Pap wearing almost the same dress his wife wore years ago. Pap didn't have enough sense to stay home. The award went to Angel Reese. Now this right here is where Claressa came out here talking trash and really turned people off. You know what I'm saying? She was out here taken away from Angel Reese's accomplishment. Person continues, I do believe Claressa Shields was supposed to win, but it only takes a mention or phone call from a couple people. It says, like, she overlooked the appreciation and love, or he, talking about Papoose, overlooked the appreciation and love she gets behind the scenes with higher-ups, like Mona Scott. This was during the same time she disrespected Laila Ali again. Her speech was trash after she didn't win as well. The public mentioned it, then gave her a pass. Her speaking about not going to jail, her talking about Ozempic, Rem starting to lose weight for her wedding, and continued because she gained so much in prison. Everything she has done with Pap is fashioned after his marriage and what his wife stopped him from doing with her. When it comes to Baumgardner, that beef is old as well, 3 to 4 years, maybe 5. Same reason, jealousy, envy, with appearance, style, class. Franchon, you saw what happened. Sabotage. Her used to be friends, same thing. Sabotage. She brings people close to sabotage them. Dubois is next. As soon as Dubois decides to separate herself because she will lose money with Claressa Shields in her mix, watch what Claressa Shields does. The minute Dubois loses endorsements, she should be able to get here in the U.S. Watch the switch. I've been tracking her for a while. This came up my line, and I watched because I know I'm not crazy. Now I know I'm not crazy, and I'm seeing psychosis play out real time. No doubt about it for me. Papoose is dead wrong for all he has allowed and is allowing. He looks a little bit cuckoo, cuckoo too in his acts of desperation. Now, this is what somebody sent me. This is an anonymous person who's like, pay attention. So she already tried to take down Laila. She has somebody who just sent that to me to wrap some things up. She went out at Angel Reese, disrespected her. Angel Reese didn't do anything to anybody. But you know what? Maybe Claressa would have won that award. But she didn't learn then, and she hasn't learned now. That is her attitude. And her man. Papoose, pap. He's a boxing promoter. You involved in boxing now, champ. You can't get control of her. Because she's torn down Papoose as well. This is the real deal here. Papoose has been torn down. She has torn him down, broken him down. His image isn't what it used to be. Nobody out here talking about the alphabet slaughter. Zaire, Zimbabwe, zebra, zucchini. Nobody talking about those rhymes. That shit was on point. It was on point. Now look at Papoose. He looking crazy. He walking around. He can't hold his head high. Because guys and girls are looking at him wild. It's the GOAT's destruction. Claressa Shields tears down any and everything. Now with Remy Ma, I've seen the text, her talking, wishing her she had died when she was having the baby between Remy and Pap. And I'm like, that text can't be real. But it looks like it is real. And it's like, what the hell, man? The quote's destruction. There's something going on here. Then you move beyond Remy Ma and say, well, you know what? That's Papoose' wife. Claressa's jealous because she's there on the side. They have a child together. Claressa wants to be married and she wants a child. Remy has what Claressa wants, to be married to Papoose and a child with Papoose. So Claressa, at every opportunity, she's gonna sit there, man, and feel a kind of way. She's gonna discharge her frustrations with Remy. And I know there's a lot of crazy shit that's said because, you know, her friends have called into the show for no reason, unprovoked, and just insulted Remy. And we don't even talk about Remy on my channel. I don't care about none of that hip hop bullshit. But the ladies will talk like, how about Claressa copying her? But no one's in here talking about that relationship bullshit. Like that's not even, Remy doesn't even come up. That's not even a real topic of conversation. But Claressa, now that I have understand, I'm telling you, that's what's killing her. So she tried to take down Laila. She took shots at Angel Reese. She's taking down Papoose, and he hasn't burst into flames yet, but it's coming. Try to take down Remy, wished her dead. So if she wished dead on Remy while she was pregnant, then what does she think? What does that say about what she felt about the child? Then you come to Alycia Baumgardner. Ridiculous. She hates her. Out here trying to bully her with Caroline Dubois. It just doesn't make sense. Out here with the smear campaign. Trying to tear down Alycia Baumgardner. Then picked up Caroline Dubois, grooming her to come out here, man, and try to, in a weird way, force Alycia into a fight with Caroline the same way she was trying to force Laila Ali into a fight with her. And she didn't get what she wanted. And when you take a look at Alycia, you know, she wearing the furs and, you know, she puts on the makeup and she does everything like Claressa. Because I see that. But the thing is, Alycia is not, she's not out here being toxic. And I'm not saying she doesn't have those tendencies, but you can see she's trying to clean her shit up. She want to make sure, I can't come out here and be like this woman. And the other thing about Claressa with Remy Ma, man, I see what y'all are saying about the clothes, car, wigs, furs, laugh, speech, even trying to cook oxtails in this weird fish plate with white bread and some leafy vegetables on the side. I see what y'all are saying about just the jealousy and the continuous attacks to this day. What's the jealousy about? What the hell is jealous of Laila, jealous of Angel Reese, Remy and Alycia? Maybe because when I look at all four of them, there's something attractive about them physically. And maybe with those four women, they look in the mirror and they see something attractive about themselves. Their face, maybe when they're butt naked looking at themselves, turning sideways, you know, modeling, they probably look and see something they like and smile. Maybe Claressa doesn't see that. Maybe that's why she goes at them. I listen to what the ladies say. They're like, yo, she's always disrespecting them and talking about people's appearances, and she's talking about her appearance, and she tries to downplay people's accomplishments. They're like, it's because she's not comfortable with herself. She's not comfortable in her own skin. But I'm going to tell you, when it comes to Alycia Baumgardner, with Claressa trying to groom Caroline to take her down, I'm going to tell you what the issue is here. The issue is Alycia has the machine behind her. Jake Paul MVP, ESPN, a lot of the boxing fans. They said that, you know, they're going to make her become the face of women's boxing. She just had to do the business. She fought Bo Mi Rishin, and Jake Paul and them are pushing her that way. And Claressa, I think, is jealous because she sees that all of these other women are being pushed closer and closer to becoming the face of women's boxing, or one of the many faces of women's boxing. And Claressa is nothing. She's the face of what not to be, the face of destruction, because she has an appetite for destruction. I mean, I'm not making that up. It's crazy.
I'm praying for Shadesha, and I'm glad that none of the girls got hurt really bad tonight. Everybody can go back home to their families. Absolutely. Absolutely. I ain't that. Like, I ain't like that. But I'm just telling y'all, there's levels to the shit. And stop saying that women and these girls is on my motherfucking level when they ain't. Alright, y'all motherfuckers, I'm also Shadesha can knock me out. She's got knocked out by a girl who I literally destroyed. This girl thought she was getting jumped inside the ring when she was fighting me. Lonnie said she thought she was getting jumped when we was fighting. She said she didn't know where my punches was coming from. She didn't know where they were coming from. I was kicking that ass. And had my shoulders not been how they was messed up. But now we sitting here trying to give motherfuckers a pass. I'm praying for Shadesha, and I'm glad that...
That is the problem right there. Quotes destruction. I'm praying for Shadesha, but woman got bleeding on the brain. Wonder why people don't like her. Tried to take down Ali, destroy her. Huff and Puff couldn't blow the house down. Remy Ma, huffing and puffing every day, can't blow the house down. Angel Reese, huffed and puffed, couldn't blow the house down. Alycia Baumgardner, huffing, puffing, blow, blow, blow. Trying her damnedest to tear that house down because Alycia now has surpassed Claressa Shields. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano is already... That's why I always said Claressa ain't... She can't compare to them women. But now Claressa is becoming nowhereian. She has nowhere to go. She has nowhere to go. She's a nowhereian. You want to find Claressa? Hey, how do I find her? Yeah. Go up the road, take a right. Yeah. Go down another. You see that building? Yeah. When you see that building, you go in the wrong direction. Keep going past that building and take a left and head over there to no man's land. What's in no man's land? Claressa Shields. That's where all the nowhereians hang out. They hang out nowhere. She did it to herself, man. Disrespecting the whole world. And Caroline Dubois, you see her house on this thumbnail. House ain't so sturdy. Because Claressa gonna come for Caroline Dubois too. Because you look at Claressa right now, especially after this shit with Shadesha Green, you better believe. You better believe that someone on Caroline's team is saying, hey, Caroline, what's going on with you in this boat? You in this boat? Huh? You might want to get away from her. Because they know Claressa Shields is not holding the horses. She's taking it to the stupid. So when she bring that appetite for destruction, that huff and puff and blow at Caroline Dubois' building, that's all boarded up right now, that shit gonna collapse because Caroline Dubois has already damaged some of herself. She has damaged some of herself. Her building is fragments. It's got cracks. The foundation is disrupted. But Caroline has done it. But she can stop and bring some people in here to kind of go and do some work, man, and help to, not just cosmetically, man, but to come in there and, what's that called when they come in there and tear a house down and rebuild? Not refurbish. Not refurbish. Anyway, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But she needs to have these people come in there, man, and fix her building up. But she needs to start right now. And that's why she needs a team to say, get her out of here. We're going to remodel it. That's it. Let's come and remodel this building from the top to the bottom. Because Caroline Dubois, her image is taking some hits. But you better believe once she walks away from Claressa Shields, Claressa going to target her. I think she's personally using Caroline Dubois to get at the girls on MVP and Jake Paul. But, some would agree, some wouldn't. But the bottom line is, Caroline Dubois is next. Hell, look at what she did to Franchon. Anybody out here not find it odd that she attacked two of her own friends? I mean, she's all content creators smashing bottles over our heads, but forget that. She attacked two of her own friends, Franchon and Shadesha. Both were hurt. And what did she do? She ha, ha, ha. Oh, she had a good old laugh. Rubbing that big old beer belly. Sitting back rolling, rubbing that big belly, man, holding that bottle of hooch. Burping, farting, digging in the nose, digging in the ear, pulling all kind of sleep out of the eyeball. Oh, yeah, she had a good old time seeing Franchon, man. Twist her ankle in that melee and her husband get jumped. She had a good old time, man, seeing Franchon with all that elevated blood pressure and water retention and come in the ring, not looking like something that most of us couldn't recognize. Oh, she had a good time talking about how she beat Franchon. I'm Franchon, man, please. Shadesha Green, Flatline Daniels, Alani Daniels. And we're watching that fight, and come to find out, then we're watching Shadesha collapses off the stool. Chris had a good time. Man, please. Y'all talking about she'll gonna beat me? She'll gonna effing beat me? Man, y'all MF is this. Y'all P words, y'all B words, y'all this, y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Going on down the yellow brick road. Well, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Yo, she went off. She loved to see people get hurt, don't she? Her own friends that she's known since a teenager out here right now taking it to the stupid, the gross destruction. She like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Get out of here with that bullshit. The weapon formed against you is yourself. Try to take down Franchon. Franchon put a cease and desist all up in her mouth. All up in her mouth. Like, shut up talking about me. At Shadesha don't even have to say nothing. The whole world is sitting there putting a foot in Claressa's ass. Tim Bradley even was talking a little trash about Shadesha, but you saw he came out and apologized. But his was genuine. You could tell Tim Bradley felt bad. Like, yep, shit. I can't take this back. I'm going to be a man and own it. Not no, hey, real quick, I just want to, it's prayers for Shadesha, prayers up. Prayers up. Man, get out of here with that. That was no apology. Get out of here. Now, Tim Bradley, his shit was real. He felt bad because he's a real stand-up guy and he's a pro fighter and he knew he was chasing those views and clicks. That's what happens out here in YouTube. We talk about it on my channel. Everybody chasing views and clicks. Tim, he made a mistake chasing views and clicks, but he learned a lesson. He won't do that shit no more. Because he cannot escape that. But we understand. But he knows for the rest of his life, he came out here on the internet and trashed Shadesha. And he can't take that back. Because he feels bad. You can see in his face, he like, shit. And I bet you like he gonna change the way he approaches shit now. He ain't gonna talk like hell like craziness so quickly. But the bottom line is Claressa, the gross destruction. And you think about women's boxing. What has she done for women's boxing? She's done nothing but put women's boxing in a worse space. Forget her accomplishments. That doesn't even matter no more. Her attitude. What legacy? What do boxing fans think about her? She attacks boxing fans. That shit tripped me out when I saw she wished somebody a horrible Christmas and New Year's winning their DMs. I know there's some out there who will go and mess with her, but I've seen some where it wasn't like that. She just went out there. Somebody saying something she don't like, and she'll go into their profile, try to look at their pictures, look at their image. If she feels they're ugly or their kids or something about their kids or something about their house or their car, she try to find anything she can to come back and get a one-up on them. Yo, that is crazy to me. That's crazy. She's taking down women's boxing, taking down all these women, or tried to. She's taking down Papoose. She's taking down herself. She's taking down boxing fans. She even out here trying to get at the content creators. But I know some content creators are out here just getting clicks. So I ain't really here to defend them. But what I will say is she giving them every reason to talk. Some who lie on her, that's wrong. But she giving them a reason to talk. A person can sit here and take something Claressa Shields puts out and split that shit up into 50 videos if you got the wit. Easily. 50 different video titles, 50 different, as far as the content, 50 different, I think you could, content approaches. And, put it out there and you probably get 50,000 views. You just have to have the brain for it. But you want to get mad and hit content creators over the head with bottles and shit? What are you talking about? Better be careful. Some of those content creators are men. I know you think you'll beat a man's ass. Think you beat Rolly and Keith Thurman. Think you'll knock them out, right? Then you get your ass up in the ring with a man and he put the bing bings on you. Same way you're talking about you will beat Rolly and beat Rolly. Rolly knocked out the guy who knocked you out. In Spawn, what are you talking about? Come on now. Enough is enough. Caroline DeBar, though, I'm going to tell you, she need to get away before it's too late. Any and everything Claressa seems to come across, she destroys. She's not seen, and I'm listening to what people are saying, as a good person, as a sportsman. She's not an ambassador of women's boxing. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about how she, been dominant in boxing. They're starting to look at the weight divisions that she was able to ascend and who she fought to get them accomplishments. They're really breaking this shit down. So the conversation isn't about her accomplishments anymore. If you watch that, no one's really talking about what she's done in boxing. What she's done is established, but nobody cares no more. It's about something else entirely. They're like, yo, you got a decorated fighter generating so much criticism from fans, fellow fighters, casual observers. They're like, the GOAT's destruction. What the hell's going on here? There's a huge gap between her achievements and likability. Nobody cares about the resume no more. They're looking at her, how she acts. It's the public perception of her. And that's where all the tension derives, from where all the tension derives. It ain't nothing in boxing to see fighters who are loved and dominant, hated, but respected. Or, polarizing in ways that never fully settle. But Shields is more polarizing in ways that never fully settle because of her attitude. And there doesn't seem to be anyone out there who can help her because she doesn't care. She does what she wants. She doesn't listen to anyone, man. That's why there's these patterns of controversy, like what I just talked about. Laila, the Remy, the Reese, the Baumgardner, the Bar, Franchon, Shadesha, the whole women's boxing fraternity, boxing fans, content creators, male boxers. I mean, it just doesn't end. I'm sure if she had I think a pit bull should be afraid. A pit bull should run from Claressa. The pit bull bite her, she'll bite it back. And Claressa will win. It's not just one moment. It's multiple moments that shape perception. Fans are looking at public disagreements with other fighters, strong reactions to criticism, social media exchanges that escalate quickly. It's just taking it to the stupid. That's why when these moments stack up, they begin to form narrative, man. And it ain't really about facts, it's about patterns, man. And once fans believe they see a pattern, they start expecting it. And every day, that's why we say, it's going to be something tomorrow. All this public friction and commentary. Laila, Baumgardner, peers, commentators, goddamn Cameron. I mean, we know rivalries in sports is normal, but damn. Everything seems to be personal with her, competitive, or like she's crossing the lines with just innocent fans, and that's why there's so much backlash, and it tends to keep growing and growing and growing. And social media does nothing but escalate things. I mean, that shit with social media, when it comes to athlete and fan relationships, it's immediate, it's permanent, it's amplified, you know what I mean? You have access to these people. And everything can happen with the drop of a dime, and it can be good or bad. But when you have someone like Claressa Shields, who's outspoken and can be very negative, it creates a cycle more like, she's out here making statements. She's responding to pushback. She's having a reaction to everything. She's creating this never-ending loop of drama where it escalates quickly because she's always locked and loaded with the weapon off safety, ready to blast somebody with some crazy tweet. And the fans are the same way. But it's Claressa against the internet, she won't win. You got millions of people who are targeting her. But she put herself in the spotlight. So you wanted the attention, you want to go viral. Now you're going viral, you got to deal with it, man. Then out here, again, with all the fighters, that shit is crazy, men and women. You got fans out here saying, you're wrong. It's not just about what she said. It's about the timing, tone, and context, especially when you go back And look at how she dealt with her friend Franchon. See, this is the thing. All those other beefs she had with women, they're like, whatever. But with Franchon, that was supposed to be your friend. Look how you treated her. With Shadeisha Green, y'all were friends. Y'all had little ups and downs. Y'all were able to kind of, come together and bury the hatchet. Then look what you did again. With your own friend, you came out here and still. Your timing, tone, and context of how you attacked them and laughed at them, it just has fans out here like, you know what? There's no hope for her. That's why even me, I say, I have no expectation. I mean, don't expect a strong reaction from me. I just know there's nothing to expect from her. She is what she is, and I just say plenty of shit start to stink. Because everything she does, fans interpret it as negative, and I see why. I see it as well. It's negative. And I don't claim to be smarter than a fifth grader, but I know in psychology it tells us a few things that are important. People don't just react to isolated moments. They react to repetition, emotional tone, and perceived intent. And when I think about Claressa's repetition, I mean, what is a repetition of what? Negativity, emotional tone, negative, aggressive, perceived intent to hurt, to destroy, to make her feel good and make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's why comments from fans consistently lean negative. You know what I'm saying? But hey, labels have been assigned. And you may say it's fair, you may say it's not fair. I'm not here to tell anyone they're wrong. I'm just telling you, Claressa's been labeled because of the quote's destruction. I don't even want to hear nothing about, she's supposed to be confident. She's supposed to be really sensitive to disrespect. She's a fighter. She should have a chip on her shoulder. She should be on the edge. She should be running up and down the road biting people, and y'all should give her a pass. No, I'm not giving nobody a pass for running up and down the road biting people. I don't want no one to bite me. Forget that bullshit. Unless, I'm married now, but back in the day, unless it was a young tenderoni. But you just can't be out here creating friction publicly with everybody. I wish the Three Stooges were around so Claressa could get into a beef with him. She may throw the right hand and drop Larry, but then Mo would slap her. Curly would do some shit and tickle her nose. Then Larry would get back up and poke her in the eyeballs. They would whip her ass. Three Stooges versus the GOAT. That's what you call great competition right there. But you know what? It doesn't matter because it doesn't always translate well socially, the competition and all the bullshit that you're seeing online. People don't want all that drama. I'm telling you that, man. They don't mind a little entertainment, but they don't like the drama and things being toxic. I'm just being honest with you, man. And nobody wants to hear about nobody's background anymore. Like, the ship has sailed. I'm listening. They don't care. I listen to these women. Women are just tired. They're like, look, your background, what about my background? I've been through worse. What are we talking about? That's no excuse. You know what I mean? Explanation is not the same as justification. Yeah, the background provides context. I'm telling you about my background. I'm giving you some context, but it doesn't erase expectation for behavior, for being accountable. And that tension is part of the current discourse. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what really, I think is one of the main things that make Claressa a little bit Sesame Street, and more so today than yesterday, is the fact that no one sees her as the face of boxing. Nobody has anything good to say about her. None. They looking at her like ain't no branding, ain't no public. Look at her, Brandon, where? Who wants to be associated with that? Public interactions, trash. Marketability is nothing. She's not likable. There's nothing there. So those comparisons go way beyond boxing skill. And she got to understand the perception versus her reality. She may perceive herself as being something great, but the reality is she's proven to be, something otherwise. All right? So her perception and her reality don't align. But I tell you what, the perception of the fans, perception of the casuals, perception of these businesses, that shit matters more than what your perception is of yourself, because the reality is you're proving otherwise. So long-term impact for Claressa Shields and the quote's destruction is going to be what you're seeing. Nothing good. Reduced mainstream appeal, more scrutiny on every action, and just more doors closing. It's eventually she's out of boxing and people are going to celebrate, start popping champagne the same way she was trying to pop champagne on that live the other night but couldn't open it. I think she was intoxicated anyway. She didn't need that bottle. Probably a good thing she didn't have that bottle. For sure she would have been biting somebody. But anyway, do you think the public perception can change? I don't. I think it is what it is because she's been consistent with her negativity. The tone shifts have been shifting from aggressive to more aggressive. And as far as communication, it's horrible. It's hard to understand what she's saying. So remember, as far as her achievements, she's erasing her achievements. Nobody else is doing it. She is. You just got to understand something deeper going on here, man. It's really about how you carry greatness. Not just about having it, how you carrying it. Because fans don't just watch fights anymore. They're looking at your behavior, your reactions, your character, and they respond accordingly. And that's why everybody has a foot all up in Claressa Shields' ass. She's done that to herself. The GOAT's destruction in the breeze.